Well, I have a few announcements that I want to make today. Earlier in this week, I know you all got an email announcing that our plan is hopefully to reopen the sanctuary for worship in September. Now, having it be in September, I know is disappointing for many of you out there. It's disappointing for the leaders of the church, and it's disappointing for me as well. There's nobody who wants us to start worshiping together as a congregation more than me. But this decision is what we think is the wisest choice for the church. We want our worship services to be safe places for virtually everybody. We want to be open when we're able to sing and fellowship. We don't want to have to police attendance and all of that. We want to be prepared for all the changes we're going to need to make and get ready. And some of our critical volunteers are high risk, and we have to replace them. And so that's why. I mean, there's lots of reasons why. As we mentioned before, we're going to be continuing our online services indefinitely. We're considering an occasional drive-in service here in the summer with guidelines that we're going to have to follow then as well. And we do want to create some special events this summer that are safe, that will allow us to experience some level of fellowship. We're heartsick about this. We don't like it, but we just feel like this is the best way to proceed in a way that worship will not be disappointing when we come back. One other thing, we're going to be sending out a survey pretty soon to find out how comfortable you are in coming back to church. We know that there are people out here who are eager, and maybe they're comfortable right now. I could come tomorrow if you opened up. We know that there are some other people on the other end of the spectrum who are not going to be comfortable until there's a vaccine, and we're just not going to come back till then. We know that most of you are probably somewhere in the middle there. And we need to know what percentages fall into those categories so that we can prepare for how many people in September that we can count on, and so that we can recruit volunteers and all of that. So if you have questions about this or want to make comments or just have input about this, please call me or email me, and I'll be happy to talk about this with anyone. Well, second announcement is that we've had a good response to the summer read book this year, the Dietrich Bonhoeffer book. And, lots of people are going to read it. And if you want to read it and you haven't signed up yet, if you want to be in a group, there's a link on the email promos that we're sending out, and that'll get you to Rachel's email address, and you can tell her you want a book, and you can tell her you want to be in one kind of group or another. Finally, last Sunday, I preached a message on racism, and this week I've had some really good conversations with people on this subject, and I've had conversations with people with a variety of viewpoints on it. And I'd really love to talk with you if you have any questions or any comments. I'd love to have a conversation. So call me or text me. I can learn from you, and maybe possibly you could learn from me. So hopefully you'll do that. Well, that concludes our announcements for the day. Again, stay connected, worship as a family, reach out as much as you can. And we're looking forward to being back together again in September, if that's possible. We'll see you later. Take care.